If you thought it was bad, it could get worse. Meghan Markle could be coming back to the United Kingdom. Cue the amazing Kinsey Schofield. Good morning, Treacle.
You know, I'm just as concerned about this as you are. Why should you be punished in this way, shape, or form?
I feel like
you're already suffering so much.
Listen, I agree. I think there's so much going on in Great Britain which is so utterly heinous, and now we face the trauma of Meghan Unsparkle returning. Apparently, this is really interesting. If he's given the security that he wants for him and his family, they will return for the Invictus Games. It's in Birmingham in the middle of the year. There was some stories out, Kinsey, the other day as well, that he wants to invite his father, the King, to open this. It's obviously a massive move by him and her to try and ingratiate themselves and get back in with the monarchy. But from my point of view, certainly from the point of view, I think, of most people in Britain, they don't want to hear, mate. They don't want to hear.
So this is interesting because you just mentioned one of the stories I was going to bring to your attention. These stories that have been leaked from the Sussex camp over the last week or two feel highly manipulative. Someone from Camp Sussex leaking that Harry will get his security back. We talked about that last week. The only thing that would jeopardize that is the royal family intervening. That is what that article said. Then Harry wants King Charles to open up Invictus with him. Now, what you're talking about, Harry and Meghan coming to the UK over the summer, would be the preview for next year's Invictus. Oh. So you might have two Meghan Markle sightings. Let's hope not. Then Meghan will only return with full security. JK, this is extortion and premeditated manipulation. If you look at the time frame that these stories are released and what's within the stories, that Harry is certainly going to get his security back unless the royal family intervenes. Harry really wants to see his father open Invictus. Oh, Meghan's going to come back only if she gets the security she needs. Does that not feel like a PR strategy? Does that not feel like we're all being played?
That's the point. That's the point about them, that you never feel that anything is genuine, that you wonder whether it's said to get a reaction. I mean, I always try really hard on this show to understand that people who work, you're 8 hours behind, but people have been up 3 or 4 hours. They're grafting 40, 50, 60 hours a week, most of them taking second jobs because bills have gone through the roof, food inflation, all that sort of stuff. And I think the royals it's a precarious situation. We've had the problems with Andrew, we've had the problems with Harry and Meghan. And what I call the established royal family, William, Kate, the King, Camilla, are trying really hard to make, I think, the doubters believe that the royal family is still as relevant as it was. You know I'm a royalist. Stuff like this. This woman on screen right now is all about her. She's always been about her. She's an utter narcissist. And I don't buy any of the BS that comes out of their mouths, but I think they're so divorced from reality now that they seem to have this PR machine that wants to try and tell us that they are relevant. But I don't think they are relevant, and I don't think we should kowtow at all to either of them. Full stop. Can't have it.
Well, there were also reports over the weekend that Prince William has hired a crisis manager described as bulletproof sunshine by her old boss. And the Daily Mail report suggests that it's really surrounding Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. But I would say that perhaps he is concerned that Prince Harry will have more of a presence in the UK. And this is him trying to be prepared for whatever that means. I think I told you last week, I really feel like Harry's ultimate objective is to set up a rival court. Does he want to be the next king? I don't think so, but he uses his royal status commercially here in the States. So it's very important that he looks like he has proximity to the British royal family, and faking a royal over in the UK, that's the easiest way to do that.
I think it's really interesting as well, though. We all know that William won't have it. I think that a lot of the briefing about Charles and the reconciliation is Harry desperate to get in with his father before William becomes king. Whatever the reasons for hiring that woman, I'll tell you what I say over here. The British public have a great sense of getting things right. I've always had great belief in the British public. If you asked a majority of Brits, they don't trust him or her in any way and don't want them here. And I think that's it. Can I also just touch upon the Golden Globes? Because you'll have been up. We slept. You watched this. This extraordinary...
Unfortunately, I did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where we start. Stars spotted leaving mid-show as viewers slam cringe show. Many stars, this is also donned anti-ice badges, pins at the Golden Globes in tribute to Rennie Good, who was shot and killed in a car by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer last week.
Who was stalking the officers, but let's all just pretend that that's not the truth.
Yeah, let's not pretend that she didn't drive with them. The black and white pins displayed slogans like "Be Good" and "Ice Out." They're all the same, aren't they? Hollywood.
I mean, this is why we're tuning out. Well, Hollywood, it was always meant to be an escape. It was always meant to be where we could turn after our 9 to 5, after we're exhausted because we've read a newspaper that's broken our hearts. And here they are thrusting these headlines back into our faces and reminding us that the world's not that great right now, you know? And I think that as long as they continue to try to make political statements at these idiotic, I'll text you what I want to say right now, but I won't. This is a family program, but you know what I mean? It's like they're all just sitting around. Yeah. Patting each other on the back is the G-rated version of what I'm trying to say.
The problem is, Kins, and do text me because I won't read it out. The problem is, because the world is at a point where, and I know I keep bringing it back to cost of living and terror and all these things, because the silent majority across the world have woken up and gone, it's really difficult. They've got less time for these posturing, pampered celebrities who think that by wearing a badge they're going to bring some good to the world. They're not. Nobody's interested. Do your job. Shut the hell up. That's why Ricky Gervais will forever be in my consciousness. When he did the Golden Globes the very last time and he went, listen, none of you lot have a right to judge anybody or make any comments. So if you win an award, I'll make sure I don't do what you did. Come up here, thank your agent, thank your God, and off. And he was spot on. Shut up. You're very privileged, aren't you?
Exactly. And that's why you're seeing the numbers for these types of shows just fall so heavily. I thought there was a cute moment where Leonardo DiCaprio was getting teased and he took it like a champ. And I really, really appreciated that because he could have been a jerk about it. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet had a tense moment, so everybody's like, "Oh, are they fighting?"
Maybe he's got wind. What? Who cares? I mean, they just didn't snog. I don't know. He didn't wear a Guantanamo Bay outfit. Do I care? The only person that made me laugh was Nikki Glaser. The host, she savagely took aim at Trump's Justice Department, awarding the DOJ best editing, alluding to the Epstein files. That's funny. That's okay. You could laugh at that. But so many of them, they genuinely think they're important, don't they?
They do, and we're over it. And we are inspired by the types of people like Brendan O'Neill, who I follow him on social media. You know, we have found people that kind of like put their money where their mouth is online. So when you see somebody just post a little black box or put a button on, you're like, get up and do something.
These are the people that post on Instagram when somebody dies, you know, a picture with that person, or the screen goes blank because they're feeling hurt about what's going on with the world. Listen, you live a pampered lifestyle with loads of money in a big house. At least try and be real. That's why I think those shows are ending. Can I ask you quickly about the minute?
Can I really just say quickly, you know, Rob Reiner, I was horrified by what Trump said about Rob Reiner when Rob Reiner passed away. And I don't agree with Rob Reiner's politics, but he is another person that when he didn't like something, he actually did something about it. And he put his money where his mouth was. He showed up to campaign events and he tried to change the world. And he is the one exception that I can think about as we tear down these people.
Couldn't agree more. So good to have you on. How is life in California? Gavin Newsom heading to be the next president, isn't he?
Yeah, what a joke. But I am excited that Spencer Pratt from MTV's The Hills is running for mayor, and I have sent him some money. So
you sent him some money for what? Are you trying to do a bribe? Are you trying to go out for dinner with him?
No, for his campaign. Because I think it's, I think I'd love to get Karen Bass out of her position. So, never a dull moment here.
We love you. Listen, have a great day. Thank you for coming on. Steve in Cambridge goes, wow, Poppy and Kinsey in one show. Why don't they present and Kyle sods off? There, look at Schofield doing that face. I've said that before. Kinsey, welcome. Thank you so much indeed. God bless you. Thanks for coming on. We love having her on. What is it, 7:37? We're live across the United Kingdom.